for content ideas isn't going to do you any good if you don't have a system to keep those ideas organized. Having this list is how you're never going to run out of video ideas or content ideas. When you create content, I want to make sure people see it. And if you position it the right way to break out from the competition, that's where you're going to see return on the time you're putting into creating video content. Whether you're creating content for a YouTube channel, Instagram, a podcast, or your blog, I'm gonna guess at some point in time you ran out of ideas on what to post. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you the process that I go through to find new, fresh, and exciting content ideas for my social media platforms. But more importantly, I'm also gonna show you how I organize all these ideas so I always have a library to come back to. My name is Trina. If you are new here and if you like learning about organizing your content and planning it all out in advance so that you can make more revenue in your business, make sure you subscribe to this channel because that's my jam. Before I show you my process, I need to tell you that looking for content ideas isn't going to do you any good if you don't have a system to keep those ideas organized. Because if you can't find those ideas that you came up with, what's the point? So first, let me show you how I save and organize all my content ideas. Then I'm going to show you the 6 different places I go to generate some fun content ideas. To make sure you're never running out of ideas, you have got to keep them organized. So the reason why I always suggest keeping them organized electronic is because if you write ideas down on a notebook or a piece of paper, 9 times out of 10, you're going to forget about it, lose it, or not remember where you put that piece of paper. If you're like me and you have kids, they probably took that notebook. But a lot of the time, some of your best ideas come into your head when you're not really planning content. So leaving those ideas here in a catch-all place will allow you to come back to them when you have time to research them. So what I like to do when I'm tracking all of my ideas, just like this, for example, I was on YouTube one day and I saw this video and I thought, oh, that could be a good idea for me. A vlogging advice I wish I had when I started. Maybe I could do something like YouTube advice. You see I have that listed there. YouTube advice I wish I had when I got started. Maybe even business advice. And so what I do is I just take a screenshot of it and I duplicate my template card because it has all of the additional things that I need to do to get this video ready in my workflow. And then I will just screenshot this particular image and upload it here into Asana so that I can come back to it, research it, decide if this is a video that I want to do or not. But having this list of ideas to always come to is how you're never going to run out of video ideas or content ideas. So if you're starting at square one and you have literally no ideas right now, the first place I would highly recommend going is YouTube, especially if you're creating YouTube videos, because you want to create the content for the platform you want to be on and you want to use those words and phrases people are searching for. So you can easily go to YouTube and start typing in your topic. So let's say you are going to teach people how to start blogging. So you can start typing blogging in and you can see blogging for beginners, blogging for money, blogging tips, blogging 2020, which you could now do blogging 2021, blogging ideas. That's a bunch of ideas. From there, you can start adding letters of the alphabet. So if you add a letter A, you'll see blogging affiliate marketing, blogging in Pinterest, blogging as a business. You can also add B, blogging business, blogging basics, blogging business plan. Again, a C, blogging course, blogging content. You can even do an underscore and get some more ideas as well, and pop an underscore at the beginning here for ideas too. How to start blogging and earn money. What is blogging and how to make money? All video ideas you could start adding to your list of ideas. The next place that I like to do is I like to pick one of these videos and then look at the comments. So let's go to how to start blogging, and you can see this particular video has more views than this channel has subscribers. So this means that this video is doing something well. It's being recommended by YouTube. So I'm going to go into this particular video, maybe even take a screenshot of the thumbnail and title to give myself an idea of the direction I want to take this video, then come into this video and I'm going to come into the comments and I'm looking for any specific questions that people are asking. So this person said, when you said you spend an hour on Pinterest, do you mean an hour a day or a week or what? So if you're going to talk about content, blogging content, and you're using Pinterest to promote your blog, maybe you could do a video idea on how you use Pinterest, how long you're on Pinterest, kind of what your Pinterest strategy is for your blog. Here's another great one. Would you mind doing videos on how you organize blog posts and your posting schedule? There's another great video idea for you. How many blog posts will you publish each week? So maybe you could share, what you recommend for blog scheduling and posting. More ideas right here in the comments from people that are actually wanting this content. They're typing it in and wanting it. So those are the 2 places that I go here on YouTube. The third place that I would go is also TubeBuddy. I love TubeBuddy to come up with ideas because it encompasses all this YouTube data and it's going to help you figure out which which video topics you could actually show up in search and suggested for. So you can see how competitive these topics are. So if we go into the Keyword Explorer, we type in that exact same keyword phrase, how to start a blog. First of all, it's pretty competitive. Knowing that, you would want to try to come up with an idea with a different perspective or a different way to talk about it so that, again, you could show up. When you create content, I want to make sure people see it. And if you position it the right way to break out from the competition, that's where you're going to see return on the time you're putting into creating video content. So what you could do is come over here to the video searches tab to come up with some ideas. So maybe how to start a blog with Bluehost and WordPress, how to start a blog on Pinterest, how to start a blog in 10 minutes. You could also go to the web searches as well and see what kind of things are coming up, how to start a personal blog, how to start a blog post. There's something totally different. Or even coming into the common video tag. So blogging tips, maybe you could have like a run of 50 blogging tips for blogging beginners, right? Or maybe you can talk about WordPress blogs or Squarespace blogs. Exactly. Like I said, WordPress blogs 2020. Now that it's 2021, you could do WordPress blogs 2021. Again, you can start to see how all of these ideas start to accumulate on top of each other. And now you probably have a list of at least 20 ideas right now, right? One thing I did want to point out here too is if you have a topic that has trends or specific times of the year that people are searching things more, like if you're a DIY blogger or a mom blogger, and a topic that I'm thinking about is Easter basket ideas. Pretty random, right? But I want to show you this. If we are going to do a video around Easter basket ideas, it looks like not very good. But when you go into historical and see when is this searched, you can see the bulk of this content is searched between beginning of February to beginning of April. So if this is the kind of content you would have on your channel, you really want to make sure these video ideas get out on your channel before this increase starts to happen. So you need to know that in advance so that you get videos out in February, really around Valentine's Day, about Easter basket ideas, because you can see the trend here. You need to jump on the trend before it peaks because this is really all the traffic you're going to get for the whole year. So you want to think about those as well. What are some trending topics that you could really use throughout the year, and using this tab to figure out when those videos need to be published on your channel to catch this wave. The next place is Facebook groups, and you want to make sure you're in a group that your ideal viewer or your target audience is in and asking questions. So for example, I know this group has a lot of people blogging, a lot of businesses that are blogging as well. So what you could do is come over here to this little search icon, type in blogging, scroll through here, take a look at this post. This person said that she just planned out the rest of her blog post for the year and it only took her 40 minutes. So that's a great topic. Maybe that's something you could talk about, because if we go into here, you can see how many times a week will you post. That goes back to that idea as well. Maybe you could talk about how to plan blog posts, because this person is amazed, you know, they planned blog posts for the whole year. Or organization, how to organize blog posts, right? Coming into Facebook and seeing what your actual target viewers are talking about will help generate loads of ideas as well. The next place is Pinterest. Pinterest is a gold mine, especially if you know your audience is on Pinterest. So we can go over here to search, type in blogging. Not only can we hit this and see what shows up, but just like YouTube, you have some ideas here as well. So blogging 101, blogging for beginners idea, but let's just use blogging. From here, you are going to literally hit gold mine, because I know a lot of bloggers are using Pinterest. So you're going to see a lot of content around blogging. 10 things you need to do when you're starting a blog, 6 steps to SEO for more traffic and income, 10 blogging tools, blogging for a business, legal mistakes for bloggers. Again, that's 5 more video ideas. Okay, I need to know, where do you normally come up with your content ideas? Did I cover any of the places that you go to, or do you have some other places that you love getting new content ideas? Let me know down in the comments below. And then let's go to the next place that I love searching. One other place to go that is kind of out of the norm is called Answer the Public. So Answer the Public takes all the data from search engines to kind of compile everything people are asking the internet. So all you do is type in blogging, and you can see there is this full spider web of content ideas. So blogging what, blogging will, blogging when you're not an expert, blogging where to start, where to start blogging for money, where to start blogging for free. Here's all your how-to videos, how blogging earn money. Obviously, you got to tweak that for a more conversational idea. How blogging changed my life, how blogging is done, how blogging works, why blogging is important for SEO. You can see over 75 questions populated for you in here. So I'm gonna guess you're at least up to 100 video ideas right now into your ideas column. Let me know where you're at with ideas. Okay, now you've got all of these ideas. Let me help take that next step with you so you can start planning out the next 90 days on your content marketing plan. This video on your screen right now is going to walk you through exactly how I set up and plan 90 days worth of content on my content calendar. Click on that video right now and I'll see you over there.